The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Huh? What's this? A Link to the Past? The Adventures of Link? A link between worlds? What is going on, Nintendo? Getting a little uncreative with the names? Or is there something bigger going on here? Just what or who is Link?
Game, thesis, game, thesis.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Thesis, the only show in gaming that asks the real questions. Everybody knows the Legend of Zelda series. It sold millions of copies, and one of the entries is widely considered to be the best video game of all time. Personally, I thought Ocarina of Time was better than Twilight Princess, but don't go flaming me in the comments for having a different opinion. This franchise has allowed millions of people across the globe to take on the role of the titular Zelda as he hacks, slashes, and solves rudimentary block puzzles to save the world from the evil Ganondorf. So we have Zelda, our hero, the princess, our damsel in distress, and Ganondorf, the big bad. But what if I told you there was another instrumental character in the Zelda universe? As I mentioned earlier, some of the titles of the games make a point of mentioning Link. And we're not talking link cables. Oh no, this has to be more than just a coincidence. Not only is there a Link to the Past, The Adventures of Link, and A Link Between Worlds, there's also Link's Awakening and Link's Crossbow Training. Now that is a good game. There has got to be more to this mystery. And we here at Game Thesis are going to pull out our lenses of truth and scour through the lands of Hyrule, Termina, Lorule, and everywhere in between to find the missing Link. Damn it. Hold on, just give me a sec. God, fuck it, just cut to the next. Anyone who knows about the Zelda games knows about the Triforce, the powerful triangle created by the gods of Hyrule. And anyone who knows about Zelda also knows that the two pieces are power and wisdom. But did you know? There's actually a third piece of the Triforce. In the first game, it stated that Ganon stole the Triforce of power, and that Zelda had to restore the pieces of the Triforce of wisdom. But if you look closely, there's actually a third triangle in the Triforce. But who does this Triforce piece belong to? That's right, none other than our mysterious Link. But who is Link exactly? We are gonna be talking big spoilers here, so if you haven't played this masterpiece of side-scrolling action haphazardly paired with lackluster top-down maps, go do that now. Okay, you beat it? Good. Remember that boss fight at the end? After you defeat Thunderbird, you're faced with an enemy that's introduced as your shadow. As much as I've looked, I haven't found any other references to Zelda's shadow in any Zelda games or manuals. What I did find was this. A piece of concept art from Zelda 2 that shows this Shadow Zelda, but refers to him as Dark Link, aka Link's Shadow. Finally, one step closer to unraveling this mystery. Now bear with me for a sec. What if, my loyal thesis-ers, you don't play Zelda in Zelda 2, you play as Link? That would explain Link's shadow, right? Then what would happen to that Link in the future? If we take a look at the official Zelda timeline, you can clearly see that what comes after the adventure of Link is A Link to the Past. Huh, Link to the past. What could be so important about the past in this game? Well, the obvious conclusion is to look at Zelda's ancestry within the game. What if Link becomes the father of the new princess in the sequel, A Link to the Past? After the adventure of Link, Link beats his shadow and rescues the princess, and their child becomes the new heir to the kingdom of Hyrule, with Link becoming the new king. After he defeats his shadow self, the shadow is sealed away and resurrected later in A Link to the Past sequel, Ocarina of Time. The shadow is resurrected by Ganondorf, just in time for Zelda to encounter him in the Water Temple.
But Game Thesis,
I hear you typing in the comments.
What makes Link relevant now?
According to you, he's only in the shitty old Zelda games that nobody likes. That's where you're wrong. Remember when I said that Link was the king? Who else in the Zelda lore is a king? That's right, the King of Red Lions from Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. That is the newest Zelda game that isn't just a remake. Looking at you, Link Between Worlds. The other day I was using my elite hacker skills to listen to the sound bites on the ROM of Wind Waker HD, and I found out that the King of Red Lions was originally going to be fully voice acted.
My boy.
Notice how he has the same voice actor as the king from the cult hit Zelda games for the Philips CDI, proving without a doubt that these two characters are one and the same. And when did the CDI games come out? Right after A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. Again, consulting the official timeline, the king in those games has to be the same king from the first games. Now remember, Thesisers, the king in Wind Waker is from an ancient, flooded civilization. Therefore, the ancient king from Wind Waker HD is Link. So, what does this all mean? It means that the Princess, Ganondorf, and Zelda aren't the only key players in the Zelda canon. Later installments in the franchise, installments after The Adventure of Link, introduced the Triforce of Courage, finally completing our Triangle of Power. The Zelda lore just got flipped on its head. As iconic as Zelda is with his green cap and Sword of Evil's Bane, Link is just as important a part of Zelda's history as Zelda himself. And if you're still wondering how Link and his glorious legacy could be relevant today, I have some top secret information. Let's take a look at some more hidden data. This is a recording that I got from my uncle that works at Microsoft. Hear that? It's possible that Link was once planned as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, but was scrapped for time, just like Shadow the Hedgehog and Goku. And we all know that being in Smash guarantees that your character is relevant. In conclusion, move over Pit, looks like it's Link's turn for a reboot. But hey, that's just our thesis. Our game thesis. Thanks for watching. This time, I took from my uncle that works at Microsoft. I said my uncle that works at Microsoft. We're gonna keep that in. Put that in. Oh my god, my uncle works at Microsoft. This is it. These are the jokes, people. I'm keeping that. That's a good fucking joke. That was a good fucking joke.